I think that we have viewed denial of election results, denial of the 2020 election results as a very partisan thing. That like election denialism is something that has been limited to one party. And certainly one party has become the leader in election denialism. I'm not going to deny that.
The ones who are actually like, making legal challenges and like
For sure.
starting armed insurrections.
For sure. Definitely.
Yeah, they aren't equal, but there is a history of election questioning at the very least on the side of the Democratic Party as well.
Yeah.
Definitely.
We don't want to do both. We don't want to both sides this.
We don't want to both sides it.
We don't want to both sides it. But I do want to say, like, election officials hear it no matter what side it's coming from, right? Like if the Democrats are saying it, if the Republicans are saying it, like they are often they can be hit from both sides. And just because I think we saw following 2020 a few instances in which Democrats who did not like the results of their elections came out and said, like, well, really, I think there was foul play here. Or I think they use words like rigged, they use words like corrupt. There are lots of things about our politics that are corrupt, right? Like we could talk about money. We could talk like there's so many things that we could talk about. But I think it's important to be specific when we're talking about the administration of an election, because saying that the administration of that election was done incorrectly, that was corrupt, it's a very hard accusation to walk back. And it's one that is obviously very personal to these election officials and can have an enormous impact on the lives of those election officials, right? Like we saw in Georgia what happened to some of the election officials who faced this sort of like fraudulent scrutiny, right? They get death threats, they leave the occupation in droves, and we are left with elections without people running them who have the important institutional knowledge that we need to carry them out. So, definitely don't want to both sides. I don't think this is a situation where where we should both sides, but think before you speak about an election, and whether if you're speaking from just anger because your guy didn't win, maybe like go to bed and wake up in the morning and think about it before you press send on the tweet.
In an effort to avoid both sidesing it, right? Don't let it become a both sides issue, right? Like
Yes.
don't start doing the things that Republicans are doing.